see if my other camera will work. I have two cameras, but one of them was not charged this morning, even though it was plugged in all night. So it might be broken. Nope, it was just draining the battery for some reason. Okay, we have 20% battery on this other camera. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna do this. Let's fix the volume. Okay, that should be a little bit better on audio. Welcome to the live stream. This here is Cooper. He is a Beagle, and he's a really sweet Beagle. We're going to be giving him a bath and brush package, which means we're going to bathe him, clean his ears, cut his nails, and maybe do some trimming on his pads and his feet, but that's pretty much it as far as trimming goes. He's also going to be getting a tartar removal service where I will pop off and remove all the tartar that's on the outside of his teeth. This is a non-invasive, non-surgical process. And I can only work on the outside of the teeth, and I can't work on any teeth that are loose. But I can do a lot with what's on the outside, as long as the dogs will work with me, and I imagine Cooper is going to do just fine today. If you don't know who I am, my name is AJ. I've been a pet groomer for 15 years, but I've been working with dogs for about 25 years because I started baiting dogs when I was 8 years old. So, way too long. I've been doing this for a long time. I've worked with thousands of dogs. And I'm going to show you what I've learned on Cooper. I'm going to go ahead and start with his teeth. To do that, I'm going to grab my pick and a paper towel. Cooper's teeth are in pretty dang good shape. There's not too much to do, but we're just going to make sure that everything that is built up gets popped off. Hey, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. And we might get interrupted. I have Wilson on the floor. He's a little Shih Tzu that I just finished, and his owners are gonna be here at some point. So when they get here, I will mute the audio and I'll check them out. So that would be the only reason why I will stop. But you might hear him bark as well. Or cry like that. He's a really vocal dog. So a tiny bit of tartar on this first tooth, and all scraped off super easy. Cooper is not showing any resistance or reluctance to let me in his mouth. See if there's any tartar up front. They look great. Oh man, his teeth are so pretty. He has gums wrapping around all of his teeth. So I bet he'll have a pretty healthy mouth for most of his life. Much healthier than others anyways. Nothing on these. Tiny bit on this tooth. Okay, it looks like Wilson's owner is here, so I'm going to pause for just a moment. I'll be right back as soon as I check him out. Would you wait for a second? Okay, we are back. Sorry for that delay. Okay, Cookie. Come here, Cookie. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Stay here. Okay, back to his teeth. His back teeth do have a little bit of buildup. So far, popping off really nice big chunks. Good boy. Yeah, that's good boy, Cooper. Okay. Now, unfortunately, his back molar does have a little bit of a receding gum line. So I'm not going to be able to get this perfect back here, but I'll do my best. Poke him a bit. And that's interesting. His right side has much less on the back teeth, but a little bit more on his canine. So he's probably chewing a tiny bit unevenly. And I know that he gets dental chews or greenies. I think he gets them like one a day at night. And it's definitely helping him for his teeth to stay pretty clean. But I think he's chewing on them a little bit unevenly, which is kind of funny. And it happens pretty often. Wait. Yeah, with the way that the tartar is building up, so little on this side, and he has the receded gum line on the opposite tooth, the opposite side tooth, this same big molar. It does concern me a little bit that there's something going on with the health of that tooth, and it might be a little bit uncomfortable for him to chew. But that might not be the case at all. He might just have a habit of chewing more on his back right side than his back left side, and that could also cause what I'm seeing. So it could be either one of those. I don't have any really good way of telling for sure. Stay. Stay cool. Okay, buddy. Stay. Hang. Hang. His very back right tooth also has a receding gum line. But the tooth is solid, so I'm able to clean up most of it. But there's the problem when you have a receding gum line with these dogs' teeth is that there's more than likely tartar built up underneath the gum line, and I can't do anything about that because I can't see it. I can't go underneath the gum line to actually get it. That's part of what makes separates what I do from what vets do. Is they go underneath that gum line. Sometimes they do x-rays to determine if there is more under there, and they'll also determine the health of the dog's tooth. And if it was bad, they would probably pull it. I don't do none of that junk. I just removed the tartar. Okay, tooth looks pretty good. I believe that I've gotten all of it. It doesn't feel like there's more tartar underneath the gum line, but like I said before, I really can't tell for sure. So it might be a good idea for Cooper to have a vet visit and have them check if he needs his teeth done from the vet. Good boy. That's a good boy, Coopy Poopy. Coopy Poopy. Cooper is being fantastic. See? Ah, this is a dirty tooth. Poopy poopy. You got a dirty tooth, bud. It's got to clean now. Almost. Oh, my hand's cramping a little bit. Okay, let's get this very back tooth. There. Almost there, buddy. Almost there. The gum line is also receded on this farthest back top tooth for Cooper on the left side. See if I can get tooth underneath. It's in pretty good shape. There we go. Wait, it's okay. Oh, what's that? I know. Okay. We're all done, Cooper. All done. Yeah, we got it all. Good job, buddy. Good job. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, the ear scratches feel so good. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love this dog. He is a cutie. Okay. Teeth are all done now. What we're going to do next is cut his nails, and then I will Dremel his nails, and then we will head back and give him a bath. Come here, buddy. He's got a chunk of dirt or maybe something grosser stuck behind his toe. I'm gonna wash that out. I don't want to pick it out with my fingernails. It could be poop. I don't want to touch poop with my hands if I can avoid it. Could be sap. Could be gum. Who knows? Could be just about anything. Cooper is being so good for this nail trimming right now. And it's so nice getting a good dog to do their nails, especially after I did a hard one. My last dog, I live streamed it, just ended about, I don't know, 30 minutes ago. If you watch the beginning of that one, you'll see Wilson, who's a Shih Tzu, who has a really hard time with his nails getting done. He struggles and cries and threatens to bite. It's so nice working on a good dog like Cooper. And Wilson's a good dog, don't get me wrong, but he's very difficult for his nails, likes to protest and tries to nip. Okay, we're all done cutting them. I'm now going to Dremel them to get them nice and smooth so that he doesn't scratch his owner, and this will also help me get them just as short as I can. I have this nice diamond tipped Dremel tool that has a concave shape on the inside of it, and it helps me to round the nails, and the diamond tip just means that it's really, really sharp, and it won't wear out. This tool will probably last me the rest of my career. I think I spent like 20 bucks on Amazon for it. And I am just using it to round the shape of the nails so that the edges are not sharp. And I'm also using it to get the nail as close as I can to the quick of the blood supply. Now, if you haven't seen my video on cutting dog nails, then you might not know this. But in order to get down, well, let's see. When I cut the dog's nails, I'm looking at the pulp on the inside of the nail to determine whether or not I am close to the blood supply or not. When you're far away from the blood supply, the pulp is white and flaky, and when you start to get closer to the center, it turns to a dark circle that is moist. So it goes from dry and flaky to a center of a dark, moist circle. And when you start to see that dark, moist circle, you're close to being as short as you can get on the nail. When I'm cutting the nails, I try to get as close as I can, but it's difficult to get them perfect. So Dremeling can be a really big advantage because you can take much smaller amounts of the nail off each pass than you can with a nail clipper, and at the same time you can round out the nails so that they're not sharp. Another interesting thing that I have found with Dremeling is dogs that don't like their nails cut will sometimes allow you to Dremel their nails and not give you any issues. I have two dogs. One is a husky mix. Actually, yeah, he's a husky mix with maybe a Belgian Malinois or a Shepherd. He cannot stand his nails being cut, and he will throw the biggest fits I've ever seen. It's dang near impossible to actually get his nails cut like that. But if I use this Dremel, he doesn't fuss at all. It is the wildest night and day difference. And I have another dog, a little terrier mix. I think he's a rat terrier. He does a lot better with Dremeling his nails. And then there's one more that I'm forgetting. What am I forgetting? I know I have a second dog that it's really difficult to cut their nails. But if I Dremel them, then they do perfectly fine. Gosh, who was it? I can't remember right now, but it happens. It's not the most common thing. A lot of times if a dog will fight you on their nails, they'll still resist and fight if you're trying to Dremel the nails versus cutting them. But every once in a while, you get the dogs who will not react at all to the Dremel, and it's a worthwhile attempt. If you have a dog who doesn't want to get their nails cut, try to Dremel them and see if they're any better. Won't always work, but sometimes it does. We're now on to Cooper's last foot, and he's being a good boy. He's good for the nail trimming, and he's also good for the nail grinding. Another tip that I like to share, or another thing that I do in order to not breathe in the dust, as I'm cutting or as I'm grinding the nail down, I will blow on the clipper to make the dust all go down instead of having it fly up in the air and then I end up breathing it in. This doubles, this has two benefits. The first one being that the dust doesn't come up and fly in the air, but when you are cutting the dog's nails and when you can't cut the nails first but you can only Dremel, a problem that you run into is that it generates a lot of heat and you can actually burn the dog's toe and the quick inside of it if you just apply the Dremel and you Dremel it all the way down without taking any breaks. So something that I've learned is that the amount of time that I can blow on the nail with a good pressure is like 4 or 5 seconds. That's about as long as I like to hold the Dremel onto a nail before I take it off, let the heat dissipate, and then apply the Dremel again. And I have had good success with not burning the dog's toes like that, not making them uncomfortable, not making them yike and complain in pain. Okay, we're all done with his nails. I'm actually going to plug in this Dremel battery, keep it charged up. We are all ready for the bath. So give me just a moment. I'm going to turn on the back camera and we'll take Cooper back there and we'll give him a bath and then we'll dry him. Now we're in the bath. Prior to this, we cut his nails and we removed the tartar from his teeth. And now we're going to give him a bath and then we'll blow dry him. So for this bathing process, I am going to first warm up the water. After the water is warm, I will turn on my bathing system. I'll turn it on to my D-Shed shampoo first. I will use this high pressure system. It mixes the water for me. And I will wash his body, legs, and tail. And then I'll use the conditioner, also pre-mixing it for me, do the same thing, body, legs, feet, and tail. After that, I'm going to turn the system off. It can't work at low pressure, and I need low pressure to do his face. I'll get his face wet with the low pressure, and then I'll wash it by hand After that, I'll rinse all of them off all at once. Let's go ahead and get started and get the water warmed up. Now that it's warm, turn the bathing system on, and I'm going to express Cooper's anal glands. This is an external anal gland expression. I find the anal glands just below the rectum, and they get pulled out and lifted up when I lift his tail. So I'll lift the tail, find the anal glands, and I squeeze them and pull them closer to his rectum. I don't know if any came out. He's spinning on me, making it a little difficult. Hang on, buddy. Hang on. Okay, so we're going to need to do this a little bit different. Cooper doesn't really want it done, so I'm going to loop in this little suction cup. Get the wall wet so that the suction cup will stick to it. Come here, Cooper. Come here. I'll retie them up. What this does is it allows me to move this suction cup right here. That will prevent Cooper from spinning around on me so I can hopefully get his anal glands expressed. We'll try again now. Hang on, buddy. Cooper. No. Come on, little boy. Cooper's being a little wild. Let's see. Try to put it right there. Okay, buddy. That's done. So his anal glands. Wait. Okay, buddy. Hang on, Cooper. Hang on. They're not super full, but I can feel them and they feel hard. So this is a little concerning because it's possible that his anal glands are impacted. They're not expressing. There we go. Got a little to come out. See if we can get them fully expressed. Hang on, buddy. Hang on. Hang on. It's okay. Good. Stay. Come here, buddy. Come here. Stay. Stay. No. Hang on, buddy. Hang on. Go away. Okay, so what I'm finding is that they're very thick and clay-like. So what this requires to get glands like this expressed is very consistent. Hang on. Stay, Cooper. Cooper, come here. I need to apply consistent pressure, and I need to get it to where I can just hold that pressure and it will slowly express. He's wiggling so much that I'm not able to get that even pressure for it to just hold and express. So I'm going to try again, try to get him to hold still. What I might have to do is trap him under my arm a little bit, prevent him from spinning around. It's okay, buddy. Hang on. Stay. Cooper. Hang on. No. Cooper, calm down. No. So right now I'm not even doing anything. I'm just holding him. And he doesn't want to be held like this. He's resisting it. Good boy. Now that he's holding still, I'm going to try to express him again. Good. I think I got him. There's a little more. Wait, Cooper. Buddy. Come. Okay. Stop. I don't want to, I think I'm done now. I don't want to end on a note of him wiggling around like that. I want him to be still. That way he learns that when he holds still, he gets the reward, which is me stopping. So we got a little bit more, but not too much. Not terribly concerning, because some did express, but it is a little bit concerning that his anal glands were so thick. It could be indicative of dehydration, or it could just be something to do with his diet. Hard to know. Okay, now that his glands are done, I'm going to wash his body, and then we'll turn the system off after we've washed and conditioned him. Okay, he's all washed. Now we'll use the conditioner. Okay, now he's conditioned. Let's go ahead and turn the bathing system off. I'll clear the conditioner out of the lines. Turn the water pressure really low. And I'm going to try to avoid getting water in his ears and in his nose. It's okay if it gets in his eyes. Boy. Okay, now that his head is wet, I'm going to apply the soap and I'm going to lather it in. If any part of his head does not lather properly or thoroughly, I'm going to add more soap until it all lathers really well. That's how I actually know that it's clean, is when it lathers really well. And I'm going to try to avoid getting any soap in his eyes, but just in case it does happen, I'm going to rinse out his eyes with that low pressure water to make sure that if any any or all soap gets rinsed out of his eyes. I like to pull the soap in my palm to get the chin. Makes applying the right amount of soap a little bit easier versus trying to lift it up and get it to squirt on, because it tends to just drip off. Now I'm going to get under his neck, under his ears, make sure that is all good and clean. And now his face is done being washed. I'm going to go ahead and rinse off his face now. We use low pressure water to start with his eyes. Pin down his ears so water doesn't get inside of his ear. And I'm trying to avoid water getting in his nose. Okay, now we're done rinsing him. Paying extra attention to rinsing under this leash, in his armpits, between his toes. I'm going to now squeeze out all the extra water. And as I'm doing this, I'm checking for any slippery spots that might indicate that there is still conditioner on his body. If I feel any slippery spots, I'll go ahead and re-rinse that area to make sure that there's no conditioner left on his body. If you leave soap or conditioner on the body, it tends to irritate the skin and it causes what we call a hot spot. It's just a big area of skin that's irritated. The dogs will lick it, sometimes they'll scratch it, and if it's bad enough and the dogs are left to do what they want, then they can lick it or they can scratch it until it's raw and bleeding. And then sometimes they'll keep licking it or keep scratching it and make it worse. And it takes a really long time to heal, and it's a big pain in the butt. Okay, so I've grabbed my towel. I am now towel drying Cooper. I'm going to get as much of this water off as I can with the towel. The towel gets it off much faster, but it can only get so much of the water off before it will no longer absorb anything else. Once I get to that point, that's when I'll take him over there to the dryer, and we will blow dry him to get him finished being dried off. A secondary benefit of the blow dryer is that it will help remove and blow off a lot of the loose fur on Cooper. So all this fur that's shedding, a lot of it will get blown off with the blow dryer. Okay, he's almost dry. I'm going to go ahead and take him over to the drying table and we'll finish off over here. Table's a little too high. Bring it down. Sit. Sit, Cooper. Sit. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. The blow dryer is probably the scariest part of the dog grooming process for the dogs. It's really loud. It's kind of pushing them in a really weird way. If they're not used to it, it's a really scary thing. Any dog that is reactive to the vacuum will typically be extra reactive to the blow dryer. If that ever happens and he starts being reactive and scared, what I will do is I will slow down. I'll stop moving all over his body. I'll focus on one area. I'll maybe even take the dryer off of him and pull it further away so that it's less intense and less scary. I'll try to hold him still, basically just get him into where he's in a calm, relaxed state. Once he's there, then I'll continue working. I don't believe Cooper really has any issues with the blow dryer, but that's an example of what I would do if it does happen. Whoops. These blow dryers are very loud, and if you don't protect your ears from them, eventually they will cause hearing damage. So I use these earbuds to protect my ears, and I use cotton balls in the dog's ears to protect theirs. Cooper has kind of medium-sized ears, so sometimes a large cotton ball will fill it, and it looks like large is the size. So we'll stick another one in this ear. If I ever don't have my own earbuds, I will use cotton balls in my own ears to help protect my hearing. So I'm going to turn this blow dryer all the way up onto high speed for his body, his legs, his feet, and his tail. But I will turn it to half speed once I get to his face. Now if he's holding still, I will have the dryer right against his skin, but if he's wiggling, I don't want to allow air to get into his eyes, nose, or ears. So if he's wiggling, I'll have the dryer further back to protect those areas from air getting inside there. High velocity air. If it's further back, it's low velocity and it won't cause any damage, but if it's right against the skin and it goes over one of those areas, you can cause an injury. Let's get started. Okay, we're all done drying Cooper. He did pretty good. Got a little nervous with the dryer being directly on his face, but overall pretty good. And yeah, no issues. So let's head back up front and we'll finish his bath and brush package. Let's go. Come on, Cooper. Come on, Cooper. Go away. Okay, Cookie. Hi. Hey, silly. Hey, silly boy. To finish up Cooper today, all that we're going to do is spray some leave-in conditioner on him, brush out his body with the de-shedding brush, and then clean his ears. And then he'll be all done. So I'll grab the spray, grab my brush, go ahead and spray it all over his body. I'm going to rub it in by hand. And I like to do that so that I can get it down all the way over his legs, the inside, his tail, and the entire surface of his body will have a nice layer of the conditioner. I can do it on his face because it gets on my hands, and then I can reapply it to all the areas. Cute boy, cute boy. Cooper's such a good beagle. And now look at all the shedding that's coming off. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we'll start brushing them out. And I will brush one section at a time. I'll continue to brush it until it's no longer getting very much shedding out. That feel good, buddy? He's kind of leaning into it a little bit. He was tucking his head in like a way that he's like, oh, that feels good. Okay, Google. Play some oldies for me.
Alright, here's a Spotify playlist called Classic Oldies.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long.
Take the leash off to brush underneath it.
So darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. It's the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea. I won't cry, no I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, stand by me, oh stand by me. Stand now, stand by me, stand by me.
Okay, his neck's brushed out, so put the leash back on. Come here, Cooper. Shall I get him on the other side of this pole? Cooper, come. Come here. Good boy. That way I can brush the shoulder without the pole being in the way. Give me just a minute, checking my next customer. Hope you guys can see in the camera. You can a little bit. We've got our next puppy here. His name is Romeo. He's a golden doodle. And Cooper sometimes doesn't like big dogs, but he's being really good with Romeo, so that's good. Here we go. Okay. Almost done with Cooper. Let's see. Where was I brushing? I think he was just about done. And a little more on his butt back here. Okay, Google. Play. clean Cooper's ears.
Tuesday and so slow. Gone down your mind with a transistor radio.
Teeny bit of wax in his left ear.
Hiding a rainbow wall. Stuck on a slide. All along the wild wall with you. A bride girl. And you, my bride girl. Do you remember when we used to sing?
Sha la 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 la.
Just like that.
Sha la la la
La di da.
Hang on, hang on. Cooper, stay. Got just a little bit more in the crevices of his ears. So I'm gonna grab some Q-tips.
I saw you just the other day. You have grown. Cast from every back fell on. Sometime old comes thinking about making love to breathe right. Behind to stay young but you. A bride girl. And you, my bride girl. Do you remember when we used to sing? Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby.
Just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough.
Okay, Google, pause. All right, that's the end of this live stream. Cooper is all done. I'm gonna get a quick photo of him. Oh, Coopy Poopy. Can you sit? Sit. Good boy. No, sit. Stay. Cooper. Oh, I'm too excited. Okay, hope you enjoyed. That's the end of Cooper. If you hang around for a few minutes, I'm going to get started on Romeo. He's getting a full haircut on this doodle. I think you have to go back to my channel page or something. I don't know how it works. Good luck finding it. I hope you do. Hope you enjoyed this video with Cooper. And until next time, take care, everybody.